Oh god, not again.
It does it every game. Just as long as you remember, then it is fine. It's an easy thing to deal with. And
I have
will
you
get
two
Mez to
remember
help
for
you.
us.
I will get Mez to help you fix it afterwards, and we can sort it.
Exactly. I'm just looking here at the chat for now. Everybody's having a lot of fun, and of course I have to say Brandy Guides is going to help me build a new computer.
Oh, nice. That is.
Oh, nice. Yes. He thinks my specs are wrong. I shouldn't be buying whatever I said in the chat. Well, whatever the case, it doesn't quite matter for now. Well, it does matter because that means I might be able to upgrade my specs to something that doesn't play on low graphics.
Nice. Even medium's fine, to be honest. This game actually looks pretty decent on medium. Blizzard have done a very good job of making it look good.
10 seconds.
So, SK is on the left-hand side.
5, 4,
NVAC is on the right. Both teams with a slightly less than standard comps. We have the Nova Tyrael combination on the side of NVAC, whereas we have some interesting warrior picks on the side of SK in the form of Chen Diablo. If we're going by standard meta, then NVAC have definitely
look at NVAC, look at NVAC.
Oh, Zypho's been spotted.
This is going to hurt. This is definitely going to hurt, although they get away.
Yep, they get away. That was very nice.
That was amazing. I didn't expect them to get away from this one.
Yep, Nova was able to hologram to body block out and was able to get away that way. And the rest of the players were already in the lane area, so they were just able to drop down a bit of CC, bit of damage, and sort that quite quick.
For now, though, everybody just rolling into their respective lanes. SK immediately going for the easy camp, knows that most likely the opposing team is going to go for that early gank. You can see BZ really cautious here.
Yeah, BZ's being cautious and for good reason. Zon and Zypho
don't stray too far to the top, BZ, or rather, stray too far to the top. Regen Globe!
Hey, the Regen Globe reveals them. They're going to back out. As you saw, BZ in fact backed down to the lower part of his lane and is now feeling confident enough even to demount and begin attacking some of the minions. And because of this, we're seeing NVAC going to begin taking their easy camp. SK already taken theirs. They love their fast mercenaries. Chen, very good at that. Chen, although not a great ganking partner. He can do the jump kicking into the slow, but not as good as, say, Arthur's would be until he gets his root, which isn't for another couple talents. But it looks like SK going to do what they usually do and try and contest this hard camp, which means NVAC need to kill this quickly. Here comes the right wing teleport. Here comes Chen.
Immediately Chen going in, Link is right in the smack that middle of everything. They're trying their best to stay on top of the beacon. The beacon now going over to NVAC, and NVAC finally gets this one. Green out actually coming in from the rear. Gets trapped between the four members of SK Gaming. NVAC still trying their best to actually give chase. BKB going dangerously low here. Trying to heal up with his brewing. Green out might just go down here first, but goes over to SK. Tyrael gets popped. Tyrael's explosion might just be enough here to take down BKB. BKB actually survives this one. Now roll to Zypho. Zypho desperately trying to get out of there. Will be able to walk away from this one. And a nice fight here from SK, and the tankiness coming out of Chen was humongous.
This is why Chen is such a popular pick over at the NA meta and why he is a huge warrior over here now in the EU meta, because Chen, the shield is so huge. It can tank so much, and we saw that there. Chen was pretty much the only target that a lot of NVAC could hit in the majority of that fight for a while. So they're now going to wander up there and try and get this and try and get the tribute. But if Chen's the only character you can hit, then that means everyone else is going to be dealing their damage while you're attempting to attack someone with a permanently replenishing shield. Replenishing, sorry, not regenishing. It's a cool word.
Rejuvenating or replenishing. You try to mix it.
I did indeed. We're currently seeing almost all of SK. We don't have BZ here, and it doesn't look like BZ is going to come. They're going to abandon that tribute, let NVAC take it, which is what SK are quite prone to do. They're quite happy leaving tributes, abandoning objectives, as long as it doesn't put them too far behind.
Well, this is basically what SK has been doing on every single time that they have been playing this map. They leave the first tribute over to their opponents, pick up another mercenary camp, and then immediately pick up the second and third, and usually the fourth tribute as well. So, kind of the SK type of strategy.
Yep, this is true. All going for both teams taking their hard camps. They will go down very quickly. And Rahl, though, I'd like to point out, having a bit of issue in the top lane. And we'll have a look at his talents quickly, because it's actually quite rare to see a Diablo being picked. We can see that he has gone for the extra health regeneration and the extra health on his souls and the maximum soul count, just to give himself...
Brightwing just got wiped.
Oh, what happened?
A gank.
The 4-man gank. Yeah, I noticed that. We can see that Chen has taken his root kick on the level 7 talent just to make it, just give him some engage potential, and that's probably where that engage was. I did miss it. But here we go. SK trying to get control of the tribute area. Nova clone will be able to catch.
Brightwing coming in again.
She's back.
Yeah, this is going to be an easy tribute going over to Enfak.
Yeah, Enfak really getting control here. Looks like Beats is going to try and grenade, but he's not going to get it. And once again, like you said, Enfak getting another tribute. They're gaining control of the areas quite nicely. We're not seeing full team fight, and this means that SK either have to give up a tribute and just play very, very defensive on the next tribute, or they need to get Diablo down here and go for the all-5. Also, nades.
And they also need to actually, I was just thinking about what they should be doing here with Brightwing. Killing Brightwing does not put them at an advantage. Here you get some experience, but if you're SK and you're trying to make a tribute happen, then you shouldn't be killing Brightwing. You should be going for someone else, because Brightwing at this point doesn't have all that much trouble. I will be walking away from it. Or yeah, I will.
Close.
No cigar.
Does escape. Very nice
to get back to my point is, if SK wants to get ahead, they need to kill someone else. Someone other than Brightwing, because Brightwing will be able to just phase shift back in, and that won't help them at all. I mean, you get a kill, but still, Enfak is able to get back in position. Link now finding out that the the Grave Golem is being taken by Enfak, and this might just be the moment where SK has been waiting for, and it's just getting the bottom tribute if they want to.
They might have to. It looks like they want the Golem, though. That is a more important objective in their eyes, and we're going to see a full 5-man fight here. Brightwing was in range to take the Golem, but she has come up here for the fight. We saw a stun there onto Noah Field, and here is the full fight. Everyone is here. BZ is being focused by Zypho in the back here. Needs to be super careful. BKB tanking against the Nova hugely, and this fight, we've seen Valor already go down. Zarmony will likely join. There's the ultimate to a hit for SK, and that is the end of this fight. The ultimate timing, perfect for them, but unfortunately Zarmony did go down thanks to Nova, but the ultimate timing, perfect for SK. That gives them the Golem, that gives them 4 kills, and they will now move down and easily take the tributes, and likely move over to take that Golem as well.
Another thing I would like to point out in that fight was the fact that they knocked a Nubarak, I believe. Enfak Zon. They knocked him into the Grave Golem area of effect. If that didn't happen, they would not have gotten their heroic ultimates at the moment they did, and they would have not won that fight. A very well placed grenade there by SK Gaming. Nicely done.
Real well played here. SK we're currently seeing Enfak showing a bit of advantage in the positioning style of the game. They're getting better positioning, they're getting more tribute. Excuse me, they're getting better positioning, they're getting more tributes, and just gaining more control of the map. But SK showing huge advantage and huge skill in the team fighting stage, which is what they've had more practice at against some of the higher teams. In fact, the first time they actually got past the quarterfinals was last ESL, where they got all the way to the finals and took it where neither SK or MYI were.
Oh, something. There we go. Ball now getting jumped straight into, actually getting pulled into the fight. He's going to go down. Zypho has put down just a clone, but this Grave Golem is going to wreak havoc in the base of Enfak here. So they're easily going to take a fort and extend their level leads to a nice 2 levels on the back of this fort, and
they need to be there.
They should be able to take down the tribute as well.
Yep, SK seriously putting priority on the tributes at the moment. The Golem will go down, but it did take a fort, which does put them a bit ahead, and because Enfak had to defend it, a couple of them are now really out of position for this tribute. In fact, they're all out of position. SK, even though there are a couple of Enfak members who were already up there, SK are going to get all 5 members to this tribute first. Brightwing's going to have to TP if they want a chance with this link. Scouting out, and it looks like Enfak are just going to let this one go, clear up the waves, and try and give themselves a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, smart move here by Enfak. They know, okay, the second tribute isn't going to be popping the curse, and we're about a level behind. Should just wait for the opportunity to strike. Rawl is going to run straight into NFAC, but that's not really the one they want, so they're going to allow Rawl to walk away, pop a few abilities. Other than that, keep it as is. They prefer to have their status quo. Although, SK, they don't like this status quo. They immediately rotate to the top side and take down this fort.
And
no resistance. Yeah, it's gone. It's. I really want to make a South Park joke, but I can't.
Well, I pretty much made that South Park joke with that statement, but I'm assuming you were going to try and follow up on it with a very similar point to that joke in general. But at the moment, we're seeing NFAC just look for their opportunity. The tribute is now on their side. Rawl is actually coming out of the side, and he is able to catch out Hollow. BKB also engaged. Nice raid of vengeance onto BKB and Rawl, but here's the full engagement. There's the Divine Storm, and Valor is already picked off. Beezy healed up and shielded. Green out will likely go down. Beezy is killed out of the Odin, but he's going to be able to do the damage he needs to. Able to dash back, gets healed up, and in that entire time, you can see with that little flower, BKB was shielding his entire team, and that is huge. The shields he got there were able to block so much of the sustained damage from Valor and for Tyrael, and it keeps his team alive. We're seeing Zypho and Noafield get ready to engage here, and Noafield gets engaged upon.
Yeah, Noafield is going to go down here as the tribute is going to go into the hands of Zarmony, and you have to keep one thing in mind. Although the clone, or rather the hologram, deals no damage whatsoever, it does stop the tribute channeling for a little bit. But yeah, it doesn't really matter because SK is in position to just wipe the mid lane.
Yeah, that was the hologram does in fact interrupt. BKB was dropped so low there, but this is another advantage of Chen. He was dropped down to almost no health and instantly pops his ult and suddenly has 150% of his original health. Not his health at the time of transforming, his original health. And there's 3 of him, huge for body blocking. And because of that, he's able to stay alive. His ult does run out and he is now backing up. There's Precision Strike. BKB gets polymorphed, but he's still going to be able to escape. Nope, never mind. In comes Nova.
Yeah, in comes Nova. End of story for him. Now Raw's in a lot of trouble, is forced to back out of there, but he is going to regenerate enough to survive, and now Harmony does exactly the same thing. The issue though is that this curse, it is not ultimate for SK, but they do have all their minions in the top lane taking down a gate and starting to take down a tower as well. Same goes for the bottom lane, where their minions are smacking down onto the tower. So for SK, although they didn't get a fort nor a keep out of the curse, they did manage to get a lot of damage down onto the bottom and the top.
This is indeed the case, and I would like to point out, despite the fact that we've seen NFAC play incredibly well this entire game, they've put huge pressure on, they've been showing good map presence, they're still just not getting enough done. They've taken no forts. They've only got 2 kills, and despite looking good on the map and just looking good in the fight, it's not good enough if you don't have the results. And SK now showing that even more by taking another Grave Golem.
Yeah, you could say that the team of Faculty is now in grave danger of losing a keep if SK decides to go for the top lane push. The other option that they have is just go straight towards the middle fort. Let the Grave Golem do its job and force Faculty to respond to that one. And yeah, this is what they're going to do. They're going to the mid lane. Yeah. Goodbye, fort. No chance.
Yeah, Green out was almost caught out there, but they decided against it. Would have been a bit risky to go in here. Let's have a quick look at ultimates, because we saw almost everyone's ultimate there except Diablo's. Diablo has taken Lightning Breath as opposed to Apocalypse, going for that extra damage rather than the increased CC, because Divine Storm is already pretty much enough CC for the entire team.
Yeah, and as we are looking at the talents, well, SK isn't going to sit still and just whittle their thumbs. They're going straight towards their own Grave Golem, going to pick that one up as well. So, isn't looking all that good for NFAC, because this Grave Golem, I think in a better position than the top Grave Golem too.
Yeah, it's going to push down. The wave of SK will arrive at pretty much the exact same time as that Golem, so those will push together quite handsomely. And in the meantime, we have now seen both teams have hit level 16, so they're getting their level 16 talents. We're seeing Stone Skin come out from Tychus. Very standard build for him. A bit tanky, just keep him alive in the fights. We're seeing a very CC-heavy build from Diablo. We have Crippling Shadows, which allows him to slow the target for 25 seconds after tackling them, and hold 2 charges of Overpower. That will lock someone down for quite a long time. It looks like we basically get... There's the engagement. That's the Wombo combo, and down goes Tychus. That is NFAC's combo, but we're still seeing SK engage here.
Yeah, they do manage to actually take down Noah Field dangerously low. He might just pop
gone.
here, but it's right. Yeah, that's the end of him. Now, at the same time, Chen moving into his triple form takes out Vala as well. They're going to try and chase down Zon and Green out. Zarmany doing as much damage as he can, but he just isn't going to be enough. Zypho now coming back into the fight. Might just get spotted out by Lynx here. One hammer? No, not stop hammer time. However, Rawl is chasing him down, takes the kill. BKB actually able to dash straight out there. The deep tunnel isn't quite enough here. BKB now using his shield to save Rawl's hit points for as long as he can. Now they're on through Green out. Green out taking quite a bit of damage. There's the tackle. There's the rugby smash.
Shield,
and,
shield, BKB
might
shield.
just go down.
And the shield is so strong.
And they are going to get a tribute out of this one as well.
Yeah, that was incredible play. That was turning what looked like a really lost fight there by NFAC, picking off Tigers instantly in that fight.
There's another thing I would like to point out before we talk about the fight. Look at the bottom keep. That's all the Grave Golem.
Okay, okay, so that could die to anything. In fact, that's pretty low. So that will die off pretty soon. The second SK decides to pay it a bit of attention. But incredible play there by SK, like I said, turning that what was basically a lost fight, losing Tigers instantly, and they won a 4v5 there. But the main reason for that was because Illidan and Nova had already used their ults only on Tigers. That's 2 ults for one person. Although it takes out the damage, we saw incredible play by Chen and really incredible play by Diablo. Those two working together to basically 1v3 an entire team. Really, well, they didn't kill off 2 of those people. They were able to clear up the area and gain the map control in order to get that tribute. Really well played here by SK.
Definitely an SK now clearing out the bottom lane and probably going to put some pressure down there to get that keep. Once they do, they get the catapults in the bottom lane. That makes sure that there's always going to be a lane on the side of SK. And I believe that there's going to be a tribute spawning in 10 seconds.
It's already up.
I am a psychic. I'm a psychic.
You are indeed a psychic. Let's have a quick look at the talents. We see Overdrive on Nova. She has been going for the Gathering Power Nova build just to get the extra damage, but she's been dying a bit too often with the Gathering Power stacks to gather. And we're seeing very standard on Valor, a bit of ability, a bit of auto attack, and the double vault just to give her a bit more escape. But right now, both teams posturing for a fight. Nova is being very sneaky right now, just hiding out of range, getting ready to come in behind when the team fight happens, but it looks like Raul was able to spot her there and is now just going to chase her back. Zon going for the tribute. Raul will be able to interrupt.
Yeah, Rawl's just going to be smacking himself right into the middle of the fight. Noah Fuel now the first target of SK, but is able to space shift out of there. There's a precision strike. BC takes so much damage. The Odin might just get popped in one. It actually got popped in one go, but it doesn't really matter as Nova has already been taken down. BZ, he's desperately trying to get out of the fight here. BKB was taken dangerously low as well, but was able to survive this one. Now they're on to Holo. Holo might just go down. That's the end of Vala as well. And SK is just doing cleanup crew here. Noah Fuel tried to jump on the green out, actually managed to jump on the green out, but to no avail.
Oh, BKB was so low, that was so risky to go in there, but Zon interrupted again. In comes Linked, and Linked will be able to pick up the tribute here. And once again, an incredible team fight where a huge amount of the credit has to go to BZ there. He got engaged upon so incredibly hard, but he popped his Odin just after the stun went down, so it was casting while the precision strike went down, which kept him alive. And once the Odin popped, he ran. He didn't stand and fight. He didn't throw a CC. He ran, drawing the attention of Tyrael, drawing the attention of most of NFAC there, which allowed his team to deal with what they were dealing with and engage. He didn't try and just sacrifice himself for the extra damage. He was simply playing the long game and waiting for his team to deal with what they were doing so that they could help him. And because of that, he came out alive, his team came out alive, and they got another tribute. Superb play by BZ there.
One thing SK really wants to be doing right now is take both the hard camp and the boss camp in the bottom lane. So starting out with the Grave Golem, that's a very smart, because they can just send BKB to the hard camp, I guess. No, they're just going to go all in.
To the hard camp, but they're going to want to kill off the Golem as quick as possible, just to get the extra pressure on for when the next tribute spawns. As they can see, the entirety of NFAC are in this top lane, so it makes more sense to kill both of these as a team, as they can kill them off ridiculously quick. And yeah,
so tribute spawning on the wrong side of the map.
This. Like, they might not bother.
Should abandon it.
Already on the way. They would give away a curse if they did do it. It looks like they are going to try and interrupt it, but the entirety of NFAC's already here. Careful, Linked.
It runs straight into Nova and is like, oh, that's a shot.
The hologram. There's the interrupt with... Oh no, the interrupt is interrupted. Link gets engaged upon, and Hollow's gonna get this. He does get the curse. The curse is now activated, and Link was popped in that. This is a good engagement for NFAC, but nice Divine Storm. The Fire Breath to go down, getting some damage on, and Ra cancels the Fire Breath to continue this chase, rather than just risk using it while everyone runs out of range. The engagement is going hugely well for SK from this point. The Nova did go down. Nofield is trying to chase Beezy. Well, Beezy chases Green out. Green out will die. Beezy's now in a tough position. He needs to dash out of there so that he doesn't get exploded upon. Nope, he does go down. And it is currently a 2 for 3. And SK clearing up what is left. They're chasing after Nofield. Can they catch him? He has used a speed boost. There's the leap. Nofield, he does have his passive healing. And there's the blink heal to a minion. He will get out alive. In the meantime, there's a golem on the core. That's pretty much it. That's game.
Is it game or isn't it? Because Harmony is there actually.
Indestructible.
Yeah, point taken. BKB is pretty indestructible, takes quite a bit of damage from the core here. Zarmony takes even more. And just look at BKB, he's just standing there, taking the core damage, allowing Zarmony...
He can actually do it on his own. Even if Zarmony was to die here, the shield will keep... He won't lose any health, the shield will keep him alive. There's the fire breath. From outside, the lightning breath from outside of range, but the shield would have kept BKB alive, and he had the critical strike after using his jump kick as a talent, which would have allowed him to just do huge amounts of damage to that, and he would have likely killed it as well. Maybe not before the enemy team came up, but he would have done enough damage to allow his team to finish it off. Well played by SK. They take game number 1 of this best of 3 series against NFAC in the ESL Community Cup Heroes of the Storm.
Possibility. Smoke
SK by making him think he can go for a smoke and then denying him the opportunity to go for a smoke by starting the game.
Psychological warfare.
Let's see how nicotine deficiency helps BKB's game.
Well, there are plenty of plants here. I'm pretty sure that somewhere...
One of them has nicotine in it. Somewhere. I'm sure you can smoke one of them.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Oh, dear. Alright, we'll have to ask Blizzard what the official plant species of the Haunted Gardens are. Haunted Gardens? Garden of Terror is. But for now, we have... SK on the left-hand side, remember to do names, by the way, and NFAC on the right-hand side. And once again, we're seeing a couple less than normal picks. We have the Abathur, who we do see quite a bit, but not all the time. We have the Zeratul, who's fallen very much into favour. Nice to see him again.
Look at Beezy. Look at Beezy in the bottom lane.
Beezy is spinning.
He's spinning out of control. He's a beast in the bottom lane. On a battle beast.
Yep. He is a beast.
Whereas in the top lane, it's more of a bees eat. No, that's the bottom lane. Wow.
Yep, wrong lane. That's the joke I was making.
Oh, here comes the hook. Here comes the hook. Look at Green out.
He's in the right spot. He's
right
hook,
there. Please.
Roll.
Hook, please.
Look. Just look in the bush, Roll.
Just hook him.
Please. Do something.
Oh my god! Been waiting so long.
Roll, do it. BKB's actually in the right spot. He's just shuffling further and further forward. He's gonna have the.
They found him.
They see it. They see it. Roll's getting ready to body block. And he
no! No, BKB, what are you doing?
10 out of 10, BKB. 10 out of 10.
The best hooker in SK Gaming.
Best hooker in SK Gaming. All right, and I'd like to point out. Zypho's in this map actually really easy to move behind towers. Oh, is Beezy in trouble? Nah, he's fine. So it looks like we're going to see SK taking their easy camp. We will probably see Zon head to his easy camp as well. With the help of Abathur, he'll be able to take it quite easily. But that was interesting. And I'd like to point out, if SK can find out where Abathur is, he can be hooked from the easy camp.
That is a very scary placement for Abathur.
It's everywhere on this map is a scary placement for Abathur. No matter where he is, unless he's like down here or up here, he can be hooked from a mercenary camp or just from over a wall.
Question. Can you put Abathur in your own base, as in right at the Hall of the Storms?
Yeah, he can just live there, but his locust won't last until won't last long enough to really make.
That's the issue.
Yes. The Locust will just not be of any use at all. And the Locusts are pretty good for pushing at lanes. SK pretty much clearing up all the mini camps in the top lane. Whereas, in fact, they were able to pick up part of the camps in the bot lane, but they weren't able to grab all of them. And now, Zon once again looking to try and pick up BZ.
BZ, he's strong enough to actually survive this one. He's still at full health. And actually, Arbiter helping in the bottom lane with the symbiote, just getting a little bit of that experience and damage down onto these minions. Actually, at the same time, SK, again a hook from BKB, and again a miss.
Blind hook. The blind hooks, I do love the blind hooks. And it looks like the stream's just caught up to BKB's level 1 hook fail.
Yeah, report for harassment. Oh, look at Droll, he found Zypho.
Oh, did he? Oh, he's found it. He's just he's waiting for his opportunity at the moment.
He's just sitting here. We're just going to keep an eye out for Zypho. Zypho.
Careful now. Rob. Oh, he's been revealed! Oracle! He blinks out. He's going to
get wrecked.
Get wrecked. The Oracle. This is why you put Abathur in the same lane as your Tassadar. We're probably going to see Zypho move here, depending on whether or not he spotted Ral as he did that. Ral and BKB moved up to the top lane. Looks like they may attempt to try and catch out Green out here. BKB revealing himself, which will force Green out to back up a bit. And Ral heading to the mid lane to help clear up this this promoted mid lane. We can see that a lot of these minions have been promoted by Abathur, which will really increase their pushing power, which is why we can see mid lane is so pushed up.
That's a little bit unfortunate for SK Gaming. They really need to start taking care of this Abathur here. But for now, still, the Shamblers aren't contested by either team. Actually, never mind. I give up. The moment I say something, it is not happening. So I'm pretty psychic at guessing wrong.
Yep, in fact, going to be taking the top Shambler with almost no contestation. Throws down the Clairvoyance just in case, but there is no one there to try and stop them. In the meantime, SK have taken the easy camp in the bot lane, and to respond to this, they will probably wait for Enfact.
Oh no, Fjel's in a lot of trouble here. He's taking quite a bit of damage here. Might just go down. Raw blinks in. Nice hook there by BKB.
Very nice.
Can they catch Zarmony?
Zarmony has gone in here. They're body blocking Noah as much as possible. He's being shielded, but now the turrets are going on him. He's so low. He's so low. Ah! He escapes thanks to the shield of Tassadar and Abathur combined. That keeps him alive through the Singularity Spike. Very well played. Somehow, Noah able to get out of there. I love Noah so much. And his team there, that was some teamwork.
That was some definite teamwork. Noah again looking from the side here. They're looking for the engage. The Firestorm comes down. The hook.
Blind
nope.
Hook.
The nope.
BKB bragging about his blind hooks. Prove me right, BKB. I just gave you I just shouted out for you.
Yeah, BKB is should have put Raw on stages, that's for certain.
Well, it's maybe not be for certain. Like, BKB did a really good job in the game. He did play Stitches, but Ral, he played more similar to my style, which might be why I'm being a bit biased here.
I'm not biased. I'm just going to say, BKB, you're doing a bad job.
Wow. Okay then. All right. So that just happened. The hard camp has been taken by Enfact here by Noahfield and Abathur combined, but Ral is now here. He spots Noahfield. Can he pick him off? Heel comes down. Noahfield, he's clairvoyanced. Well, that's Farsight, sorry, because it's on the Rhaegar. And because of that, he's now going to back out Zypho. Once again, in a position he could be killed off here. Is there a clairvoyance on the side of SK? No, there isn't. So they have no way of gaining vision of him.
I'm a little bit interested in what Abathur is doing right now. He's just sitting there waiting for his Locust to spawn. But
he's waiting for his Locust to spawn. He's only symbioting when he feels his team needs it and when there is no one in lane so he can get some XP. He's being patient with a symbiote rather than spamming it.
Yeah, and that's something you don't see often. Usually you see everybody just... Oh, the hook!
No,
blind hooks.
So many of them, but there was a clairvoyance down on him. The KB spotted out. And there was
How many clairvoyants are there on the side of... They only have one, right? How many clairvoyants do they have?
Only one. It's Farsight and it's on Rhaegar.
But it only has a 30-second cooldown, so you can always get some positional advantage.
Noahfield, once again, running into BKB. They're just going to notice each other and walk away.
Oh, Zypho.
BKB running into tower range there for some reason.
Zypho is able to deep tunnel out of there.
Yep, Zarmony is currently battling Green out in the top lane. Zarmony will be the one who has to back out here. Green out is actually going to back out, but Abathur joins him. And Zarmony will back off here. Not wanting to risk it. In the meantime, Noah Feel with the help of Abafa and soon...
Dun 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 dun. Raul coming in. Hello, Zypho. Chung chung chung. Goodbye, Zypho.
Yep,
Link over the wall. Nicely done.
There's a mule. Who took mule? But Raul...
I think Abathur.
That was interesting. I think Tyrael just tried to ultimate and then it bugged because Raul blinked. Or not bugged, it was interrupted because Raul blinked. Who just died? Raider just died in the bot lane. Very nice engaged by those two. But
who took the mule? That's Abathur.
yeah, Abathur took the mule. Pretty decent on this map, but I just don't trust the AI of mule. It's just not good enough.
No, it tends to go for strange things, especially like going for forts, refueling them when they actually need some repairs on the towers instead.
Yep, Raw blinking out. Zarmony didn't be able to take this top 4, and Abathur made that take a lot longer than it otherwise should have. The easy camp gonna go on these towers. They may actually be able to get it with the help of those minions, and it's dropped low. Last easy camp does go down, but the minions will likely be able to pick this up. And here's the Knight again. Both teams gonna start going for seeds, but SK
first, a fight in the bottom lane.
Get a golem.
Yeah, they're first going for a fight in the bottom lane with BZ, Link, and Raul moving into position. So the golem is going over to SK, but both teams are going to get a golem. What I would like to see out of SK right now is just to save the plant golem as long as they can.
Yep, Mule was just dropped in the bot lane. SK looks like they are going to take it. And just try and get some pressure on, which will give them time to grab more seeds. Like, it does mean that they're not going to have a golem where their golem will expire, sooner in the fight once Enfact grab theirs. Looks like it's going to be Abathur grabbing the Enfact golem, which does mean he has to be more cautious. But SK are just going to use this golem as a distraction, basically, while they grab as many seeds as possible.
Yeah, but if we're looking at how many seeds they're actually grabbing in comparison to the team of Faculty, it's not all that much. So
Enfact did not fall for distraction. They just went for the top Shambler as well and took it down. And Zypho, playing very safe here. Looks like he's just going to use his golem as a chase here. Zarmony just dropping his bulb over the wall here. Zyphon's going to go as ham on that as he can, but here we're going to see a bit of a golem fight.
Yeah, but Zarmony is able to sprint out of there, pops the curse. The curse hits no one at all. They're all going to be able to escape this one. Raul, just slowly but surely walking away from this one, is able to escape. And now the bulb has been popped right into the middle of the base. And SK has to respond to the middle golem, because right now the golem is pretty much left unchecked. Okay, Raul's there. That's never, ever going to stop this golem from tearing up the place.
Yep, they're going to head up now. Zarmony is going to continue pushing. The rest of SK will likely join. I'm liking what Zarmony's doing. He's staying behind walls. He's playing his assault with the golem safe. And he's now finally going to pull it back and try and go on to Zypho.
Yeah, he has about 9 seconds left, so he has to make something happen. Actually, nice hook there onto Zypho. Zarmony knows that his golem is about to expire, so can just walk in and do as much damage as he can before it blows up. Now they can actually fall back. Very nicely done here by SK, though.
He's also going to have to fall back. He has to back off a lot sooner than Zarmony would have to because he is an Abathur. He's in a much riskier situation. And there was the ult, but once again, Zeratul apparently you
the hook!
How did that stay alive?
Yeah, nice hook there onto Green out, but he's able to get out of there with his sword teleport. But that's not really a big issue. That's not the one they want to get. They want to get their hands on maybe a Tassadar, but not the clone, because that would be bad.
Yeah, cloning Tassadar, who is basically their main damage here once the Archons.
Oh, the hook onto Noah Feel.
There's the Gorge.
Yeah,
they're gonna move that. There's the warp. There's the prism, and down goes Noah Feel, which is their
That's a 4-man prison. Yeah, immediately jumping straight into the real Holo here. He pops into Archon form. Zypho does exactly the same. In the meantime, Raw is forced to blink straight out of there. Nice Divine Storm. Tassadar goes down. Now they're onto the clone of Zypho. Are they actually going to be able to get Zon? Zon is able to retreat behind the walls of its fort.
Yeah, and they're able to get the clone. Zarmony's going to back out here. And Raul, while all that was going on, Blunkin was able to burst down, but got burst down himself, but was quick enough to wormhole out of there and keep himself alive. He's gone the double bombs. He hasn't gone for the extra cloak. So he's just relying on speed and wormhole to take down Abathur rather than staying cloaked with double bombs.
But now though, SK Gaming going for this easy camp here in the top side of the jungle of Faculty and Zon. He knows it. He's just going to distract the easy camp and take them out with ease. No damage done to any of their towers. The Mule actually at the same time repairing the gates. And you were talking about what's the mule doing? Well, the
Could
mule's not...
easily repair one of these towers, which would help them a lot more, but it's repairing the gate. Mule AI.
Yeah. Very amuling.
Yeah. Touche. Bad joke. Well done.
What I do. It's what I do. In the meantime, though, 2 camps now going in favor of SK, and they actually managed to destroy a fort of SK, the guys from Faculty, the bottom fort, and now also it's nighttime once again.
Yep, it is nighttime again, but once again, Blind Cook only getting a mercenary. And they're actually attacking it, but they're going to let it go. Ral did have vision of the fact that NFAC were doing it, so they're SK going to pull back a bit. May, in fact, go for some of these shamblers. They're going to go for the small camps. Unlikely they will go for the big camps with so many of NFAC nearby, but they are instead going to look for a pick. Oh,
yeah, the first
Ral's
pick is
going on the hunt.
Oh my word. He's actually spotted.
He's in completely the wrong place because Abathur is in the top lane. He is spotted by Tastar, but Ral easily blinks out and keeps himself alive. Terror has come alive for SK, and they might spot Abathur with this. Nope, Abathur's bead. He is so out.
Abathur is... actually, Abathur is at the standard base, but someone else took the plant golem. It was Noafiel who actually picked it up. And they're sending... Oh, the hook on Zon. Zon in a lot of trouble. He's taking quite a bit of damage here. Forced to deep tunnel out of there. Now it's a battle of the plant golems. The plant golems just wailing at each other. But what I do like here by what SK is doing is they're blocking out and Faculty, allowing them to not only pick up this top shambler. They might just be able to rush down to the bottom side and take the bottom shambler as well.
Looks like that is what they're going to do. In fact, just killing this as fast as they can. While Noafield tries to keep SK distracted, but SK beginning to ignore the plant terror. They don't care. Plant terror is going to go top lane and will get this fort. They're not going to be able to defend that, so instead, SK going to contest and take this bottom shambler. BKB once again with the blind hook and not landing. Is just really unlucky this game. Unable to find a target for his hooks, while Zarmany is still trying to wail on this mid fort, but Abathur shielding it again, and now Zarmany is going to have to back out. He has 21 seconds left, so he will be able to deal a bit more damage. And there's a hook to get onto Zon, but the deep tunnel gets him out.
Yeah, there's no way you're ever going to kill Zon if there is a deep tunnel involved. At the same time, Raw now finding Zon here, as well as finding Green out. He's trying to get out of there alive. Zarmany going to be popped out of his plant terror pretty soon. There's the end of the plant terror. Zarmany dashing out. There's a judgment on the Zarmany. Zarmany desperately trying to get out of it. The banshees have been popped. The plant terror for the team of Faculty is still alive. A beautiful void prison locks up 3 of them. Nice deep tunnel there by Zon and Ola. They're onto BKB. Their ancestral healing is actually keeping Green out alive in the fight. And the fight continues. A Nubarak finally goes down. Stitches goes down. And also Illidan goes down. This fight completely turned around in favor of Faculty.
That was 100% not who BKB wanted to hook. Ral actually wormholed, so he is the most safe person of all here. Although he does hit an Abathur mine, so in fact know where he is. It looks like Hollow may be going on a bit of a hunt here and try and hunt him down. He could Oracle here, but he knew where he was, but it was too slow. Unable to get in the Abathur mine, did give him vision. But in the meantime,
there's something bigger now. Hello, Plant Golem.
Yeah, Planter is back, and it's on Ral, who managed to be out and then instantly go get it. So he's now going to crush down this mid lane. And in the meantime, Zypho has just deep tunneled to the top lane, promoted 2 minions, helped kill that tower, and will likely be back to base when it is available, or just hang in the bush.
This is looking not so good for Faculty with a plant terror being there. I mean, that's just asking for problems.
Yeah, although this mule proving its worth here has healed that.
It's doing something
hugely. It's actually healing it up faster than damage being done. The Bolt instantly killed off here. And Ral having a bit of trouble with the rest of his team not yet here. So he's going to try and roam to the bot lane. Take out that one, which was also been healed by a mule. Almost up to full health. The mule being useful.
Not something we see often, but when it is useful, it just keeps on giving.
Hook. Blind to
nope.
Once again. Finding a target. Nice try though. SK going to begin roaming down to the bot lane. We'll see a bulb down here. I don't know when Abathur will have his mule up. It should be up in a couple seconds after the last one ends, I believe it is. I think it's like 5 seconds after the last one ends. That one's about to expire, so we'll likely see a mule on this bot lane fort very, very shortly. Oh no, maybe not, because Zypho is just polymorphed. Sorry, transformed.
Zypho transforming, rather a lot of trouble here. His plant terror actually got wiped. He blinks out. has a wormhole ready. Nice Void Prism on 4 of them. Actually, now that that's the case, they can turn around onto Zypho. The fight continues as Judgment goes in. BZ in a lot of trouble. BZ gets regeneration. He will survive this one. Nice Gorge there. That's going to keep Green out of the fight. Ancestral Healing is going to keep Hello alive. And Noafiel is forced to back out of this one. Oh no, he can't even back out because there's the hook.
So close. No, Zarmany
One more hit
chases
and
after
Venom.
him. He heals himself. There's the stun. Can they chase him down? Link's being dropped really low. They're trying desperately to pick him off. So much tunnel vision. Now they're onto Green Out. They do pick him off. Zarmany and Ral diving onto Green Out. They do get him, and Ral is able to wormhole out of there. Beezy gets dropped low, but his passive pops again, keeping him alive. And now they're finally going to be able to take this bottom 4. In the meantime, mid 4 is back to full health. Good job, Mule.
And at the same time, night falls. They have two heroes down on the side of and Faculty, means that they are going to be easily getting both the bottom and maybe the top Shambler as well. They have the time for it.
Yep, they're going to try and make as much of this advantage as they can. Getting the Shambler as soon as possible, getting the small camps, and Ral is going to head up to the top lane, see if he can pick off a couple of these small camps. He's just going to steal these seeds because there's nothing Hollow can do about it without storming. But Ral able to blink out of that very quickly, and will take this secondary camp as well. And then his team will rotate up and they'll begin taking the big golem, and they already have enough seeds for another Terror.
Yeah, if they take both of them, they will have over 100 seeds remaining in their bank, so that means that they will be able to easily take a second Plantera, and that is a huge advantage going over to SK Gaming, getting 2 Planteras in a row, and that means that the opposing team will be forced to just sit back and do the night camp. They have no vision on the golem.
Oh god, Ral! Oh, the blink just in time to keep himself alive. He very almost got killed by the
This is actually bad. This is bad for the SK Gaming, because now NFAC is in position to actually stop Plant Golem. Yeah, seeds are gone. Yeah.
Yep. They took the seeds and they ran away, and Ral was able to be just in time to, if he wanted to, get the Plant Golem. It looks like they're going to give it to Zarmany and just let Ral try and snipe people.
So where are they going? They're probably going to just drop a bulb in the bottom lane.
Zypho. Zypho, you don't want to be there.
Where's Zypho?
Abatha, bot lane.
Oh, there.
Run away, Zypho. You don't want to be there. There's a Plant Terror coming. He's going to back out. SK
he's out.
all going to roam. Yeah, he's gone. SK all going to roam up to the top lane to clear out this hard cap, while the Plant Terror is basically clearing bot lane for them. He's actually autoing minions here. That's a bit interesting. But he has a bulb down and he's clearing the bot lane. It was a bit pushed up, and he's not. He's may seem like he's wasting this, but he's just gaming his team map control.
Speaking of map control, BKB in a lot of trouble. He's getting locked up in a nice 4-man Void Prison again. Zon immediately gets wiped out. This is the turnaround. Divine Storm coming out as well. BZ with the Banshees, and now from the rear, it is the Plantera. Green Out goes down. BZ gets his passive pop, is still alive, but Ethereal gets a kill though. Holo might just go down here, but Raw's there. Oh, Zypho got hooked in. He's going down. Now Zarmany is going to chase him down. He has 50 seconds left on his Plantera.
Careful now, Roll. The leap comes in from Noafiel. Really liking Noafield's build here. He's gone for the Feral Lunge on the Rhaegar. A much more aggro build than a lot of the Rhaegars we see nowadays go for. And it really worked this time. So nearly killing off Ral. But Ral, with the super lightning fast reactions, able to blink out of there. But in the meantime, 2 members of SK did go down. And then, in fact, using this to their advantage and crushing down this mid lane. In the meantime, Zarmany's going to use the distracted NFAC members to his advantage and try and take out this mid 4. Abatha's trying to defend it. There's a Mule here as well. He's shielding it best he can, but the bulb is now down and it will... Oh no! Now it's just down to Zarmany, but he will get it. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, easy gets.
Taking a lot of damage for it.
Although, they lost the keep. They lost the keep in the mid lane. SK Gaming now on the back foot.
They're on the back foot. They need to be so careful. They've lost the keep. Oh, the hook! Can they get him? Deep Tunnel is available, and he is gone. He does get Void Prism. He does get Singularity Spike, sorry, and is just going to be able to back out. He is safe. This Abatha, huge in this game. The Mule choice we were debating, even with the stupid AI, because SK are only leaving forts alive because they can't get through them quick enough. The Mule is doing fine because it's the only thing it can repair, and it's actually working. It's delaying SK so much, and because of that, SK have no response to the damage that NFAC is doing. It is very nice. And we have some interesting builds from the side of NFAC. We have, on the Tastar, who's their main damage dealer, the fact that when he uses Dimensional Shift, he gains 50 movement speed and 800 health back, which gives him more sustain. And the Feral Lunge from the Noah Field and the Rhaegar, which allows him to do a 200% auto attack damage. Sorry, pretty much 300, yeah, 200% auto attack damage on his first attack while he's in Ghost Wolf, which is huge when you consider how much extra damage that is on Ginobili. It's 200% extra damage, not just 200% of your, not just 200% damage, 200% on top of your original damage.
This is going to be an interesting fight here. BKB getting focused down. Another Void Prison should be available. Here's Harmony jumping straight into Holo. Holo taking so much damage. Might just go down, but here's the Dimensional Shift. Going to keep him alive. Cypher in a lot of trouble. He gets, rather the cone gets popped. Now Greenout is going to be the next target. Greenout getting a lot of regeneration here. The Storm Shield has been popped. They're desperately trying to get out of there. SK Gaming in a lot of trouble here. They cannot get the damage down. They only have melee assassins. They have to go all in, and they can't. And that's the entire issue of all these fights. SK Gaming, most likely, going to get wiped out here.
What do you do when your opponent's team has an assassin that can turn invisible and invulnerable when you try to kill it? What do you do when that assassin can also shield himself from huge amounts of damage? What can you do when that assassin can reveal you while you are stealthed and kill you like you just saw there?
Thatcher. Ban him out.
Yes! This is why we need Tassadar banned out. This is what you should be doing. But it's not happening here. Tassadar, who is replacing an assassin in this comp, being built slightly differently to keep him alive, is coming up huge in this game. Incredible play. Huge props to Holo, who is just doing so much for his team here.
I want to add to all of this. It's not just a Tassadar.
It's not at all, but it's
Abathur. Abathur is doing this. The entire game is Abathur. The mules, the shields, the symbiotes, the additional Tassadar. Exactly. Abathur.
Top lane, if you look at that right now, we can see promoted. We actually don't see any promoted minions. Abathur hasn't actually promoted anything, but we see four locusts, a huge minion wave, and those locusts, when they die, they explode for 500 damage, which we're about to see here now.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of damage.
That's an interesting amount of damage here. So now, 2 Planterras are on the map. And SK, what SK needs to do, they need to get themselves into position where they can smack down a fort with everything they have.
They 100% need to keep if they're going to get back into this game. We're going to see NFAC play on the defensive here. And I would like to point out, this game is showing why NFAC should now be considered as our newest member of the Tier 1 squad, which before was pretty much only held by SK and MYI. NFAC, from just this game alone, and from what we've seen from them in the previous weeks, have earned their spot in the Tier 1 club, as I now like to call it and shall forever call it. And SK, really on the back foot. The entire team of SK is retreating here, which does trap BKB away from his team. Need to be careful.
Yeah, but that's not really the biggest issue. BKB has a lot of defenses, and he just has to be careful that his timer doesn't run out. It's kind of like SK currently has a 35-second timer in which they have to kill Zypho. If they don't, it's game over. That's what I expect here.
Yep, I would agree. They're going to try. They are beginning to wail on him. NFAC this time being forced to back up. SK going to be able to kill the bulb. Zarmany does get polymorphed here, and Zon with his knockups this game have actually been pretty solid. And here we go. SK beginning to push up. The majority of this fighting has been done in
10 seconds
area, but yet 10 seconds left on the BKB's Terror, and that's going to be huge. Once it's gone, it's going to be very hard to deal with Zypho. There it goes. BKB is now in the open. He gets engaged upon, and this is bad for SK.
Yeah, a lot of damage being put down here straight onto BKB. He's desperately trying to survive. Nice Divine Storm. That's a 5-man Divine Storm. They're trying to get onto Noah Field, but Zeratul is already dead before that even happens. Zypho, in his plant form, still dealing massive amounts of damage, and the heroes on the side of SK are dropping like flies. Zarmany doing his best to make it happen, but can't even put a dent into Zypho. And now that there are 4 members of the team of and Faculty moving into the middle lane. I think this is going to go into a
bring
game
him
3.
closer to help kill your core, but oh god! I forgot it was Abathur in there. He almost does die there. Able to deep tunnel out though, but now it's BKB who is alive because of Resurgence, trying to fight off 4 members of
this is
Faculty,
game.
and this is in fact game. And
wow,
incredible play here. A very, very different draft phase there by N Faculty, and it's showing up hugely. Incredible play. It looks like BKB is just AFK'd here. Letting it. Oh no, he's trying to hook Zaphron, trying to kill him off, but it's not enough. Zon stays alive. He's actually inside the core because of deep tunnel cancelling due to the game ending. But super well played there by NFAC, bringing the score to 1-1 and showing we're a strong independent team that don't need no assassin. So Noahfield just sent me a message with one word with all the O's in it very emphasized. And that word was global.
Yay!
And he is right. This is a comp that me and you are very familiar with, or similar to a comp that me and you are very familiar with. Faustad, Brightwing, Abathur. No matter where you are, you can suddenly have 3 different members. You could be fighting one of the other members of NFAC, and suddenly it's a 4 versus however many you were before. And let's have a look. Yeah, you could be fighting Stitches, you could be fighting Tyrael, and then suddenly there could be 3 other members of the NFAC team here, and that could seriously catch out SK here. We have to hope that they are ready for this if they stand any chance of winning. They need to be prepared, and that's why they have Illidan.
Battle commencing in...
Because you are not prepared.
You're never prepared.
We're never prepared to feel the hatred.
They weren't prepared last game. They were very prepared last game, but here we go. We're going to see SK once again doing their standard of mostly in the middle, but heading towards that brush area where, as we can see, NFAC heading to that bot lane, waiting in lane for their opponents. And we have 4 members of SK hanging around in that bush. It is Zon for NFAC waiting here. And I'd like to point out, if Zon was standing here, he could actually hook check this bush here to see if there were any members of SK in it. And SK have been revealed thanks to the Abathur mines. Very well done by Abathur.
Yeah, definitely. They're just waiting for the easy camp to spawn, because that's basically what they always do. SK Gaming now going to rotate towards the easy camp, actually linked. Joining Kerrigan in the gang squad as Greenad moves to the mid lane to shove it out a little bit. But you have to consider a few things here, and that's one, you can't kill a Brightwing that easily unless you hook her. Oops, never mind.
Yeah.
Tekno says something, it's completely wrong.
The caster curse continues! I don't know actually if you're familiar with the caster curse. I think it's StarCraft. I don't know if it really made it over to League.
I am slightly familiar.
Okay.
But I'm usually right.
StarCraft. Like, the caster curse is a huge thing in StarCraft. But right now, we can see, in fact, get a start taking bot shrine, but there's 3 members of SK here to drive them out. Whereas in the top lane, Zarmony does not want to try fighting Hollow when there's a chance that Abathur could be joining him. Need to be super careful.
Speaking of Abathur here, is slowly but surely making his way into a good position for his Locusts. Here at the bottom side, going to give... I don't know where his symbiote is going. I can't see it.
The symbiote was in lane at the time, in the bottom lane. He was just trying to help kill off the minion wave. But Raul doing too good of a job just killing off all the minions here. Very good job clearing the wave.
Definitely SK and Faculty are head at this point. SK jumping in again onto Noahfield. Noahfield getting stunned, rooted, and goodbye.
Wow. Farm Noahfield. Good God, that body's still...
And this is why fairy dragons are now almost extinct.
Are they? I was not aware of that part of their lore. Well, if they are, they're probably almost extinct in Lordaeron, but I expect they're probably fine in the Emerald Dream, where they come from. But Raul gets hooked! The vision was on him by Abathur, but Zon has no follow-up to this, so Raul is able to back out fairly safely.
Meantime, though, bot shrine going over to the red team, and top shrine going over to the blue team. So a little bit of a fight breaking out here. Is Abathur once again. Holo just going to sit here, wait until finally the shrine is his. Now somebody could pick up the Dragonite.
You better
Raul has...
Do it, Raul. Too slow! And now he's a bit too close. Gonna take a bit of fire damage, and the punt. Off he goes into the stratosphere. Raul just too slow then. Not able to deny it. He backed up too far.
yeah, should never have backed away the moment they actually saw the top lane being captured by Falstad. And this is the issue. You're playing against a global comp on a map that's so where it's so important to have that global presence. You have the top shrine, you have the bottom shrine, you need to be able to move as fast as you can between those two shrines. And that's something that Faculty can do perfectly right now. And the only thing I can imagine that the team of SK can do against this is just push harder. Is go for the 5-on-5 team fights and make sure that even if that happens, the clone expires before they go all in.
I expect that is likely the case. Now, I'd like to point out, if you look just below where this Dragon Knight is, there is a bugged easy camp mercenary. There we go. It comes back, but it was actually still... There was one of the mercenary easy camps there, which actually was just sitting there in its defeated stance, which it takes after it dies. So that was kind of interesting.
Thing here that Noviel is looking at the camp, sees that it isn't being targeted just yet, and falls back. That Dragon Knight, it just cleared a little bit in the middle lane, but it didn't quite give them that ultra advantage that it usually gives once it's picked up. I guess that's due to the non-follow-up coming out of End Faculty. They were more interested in just shoving the lanes for now.
This is true. At the moment, kill count in favor of SK, both of those kills onto Noviel, in fact. The 2-0. And the XP account also slightly in favor of SK because they did have that XP lead. However, they've now abandoned the bot lane and have been revealed by the Abathur mine. So they need to take this easy camp really to even it up. Linked once again tanking Abathur mine. But they do take this easy camp and will now move up to try and...
Oh, this is an interesting one. Look at what Halo and Noviel are doing. Wow.
This is
Get
why
bribed.
double bribe's a thing. Yeah,
Bribe
get
wing.
bribed. Get bribed indeed. What are you, FIFA? Get out of here. Bit of a joke for the Europeans in the room.
Wow. Wow. In the meantime, though, Zarmony is just going to clear out the night camp, and yeah, I'm not entirely sure what SK can do about this composition. I'm not entirely. Yeah, SK.
Sorry, go on.
How can SK fight against these guys?
But,
I'm not entirely sure. What can SK do against End Faculty right now?
Well, we did just see an easy camp just get hooked by Zod, so he's able to kill it down. And SK are just going to do what they're currently doing. They're going to take Mercs in the bottom lane and just try and push that down and get a 4. Neither team has a 4. SK is just trying to gain map control, but they're not roaming as much as they can. And they're really leaving Zarmony alone in this top lane. And Zarmony, though, might actually be able to get Hollow. Ults are available for NFAC here, whereas SK do not have theirs. But Zarmony is actually going to be able to get this top shrine if he does go for it. Hollow has had to go back for Fountain. But Zarmony doesn't look like he's going to go for it. He may just roam mid lane. Nope, very indecisive at the moment. He may, in fact, look to try and pick off Stitches here with the help of Linked. He does go onto it. Oh, nope, denied. And here comes Right Wing. Here comes the clone, and this is the global comp we were talking about. Falstad has also arrived. There's a shock. Zarmony able to teleport out of there just in time to stay alive. And Zypho looks like he will actually go down here, but that is the clone. That's not any XP there for SK, and SK just going to continue chasing this down. BKB being dropped pretty low, but here's Arthas. He's healing most of it back up. Zon being dropped so low, and BKB does get picked off, and Zon is able to escape there. Like you said earlier, it's very hard to fight this comp. They tried to engage there. They were 2 versus 1 against that Stitches, and then suddenly 3 members, and then 4 members, and then they died.
Yeah, now they're actually onto green out. He is going to go down. No chance.
Yeah,
nicely done there by BZ and Rawl.
That's going to help them with the team. That's going to help them with the kill count a little bit. They're still ahead in kills by 2. Still pretty much exactly the same as they were earlier.
Brightwing now also onto Zarmony. Zarmony in a lot of trouble here. He's desperately trying to get out there. Gets polymorphed. There's the hook.
Oh, he's alive. Eolfire is linked. Keeps him alive. Very, very nice there, Link.
Very well done there by SK, keeping Illidan alive. Only thing I'm still wondering is, does a precision strike insta-gip an Abathur?
I don't know. It's an interesting question, and one that I hope in this game we'll find out. We will find... Hopefully. We will see. The question is, do they know where he is? They know where the symbiote is, but do they know where Abathur is?
See now, Rawl's getting chased away by Green Out. Halo is here as well. BKB and BC coming in from the side to assist their comrades, but here's the Brightwing. Yeah, this is the Brightwing.
This is so much defense potential. Second, they're disengaging. Suddenly, there's more members of them, and they can turn. They can defend better. This is the global comp, and this is a very solid strategy here by NFAC, and it's doing really well for them. They may even try to rotate into this shrine and take it. There's a mine here, so they can gain vision of the fact BKB is here. And because of that, they can now look to see who they can pick off and poke. However, SK have control of the shrine in the mid lane, but Zon is here to deny it if someone tries to cap it, and there's really no one to cap it.
Oh, there's again the shotgun. Oh, so much damage being put down to Roll. Roll immediately gets wiped. There's the beautiful Divine Storm that locks up the entirety of the side of Faculty, but they're too tanky. They're with too many members. BKB is going to go down immediately onto Beezy. Beezy taking way too much pain. And SK, for the first time, well, for the second time actually, because my Insanity was able to at least assist them in not winning last Monday, if I'm not mistaken. But you have to say, in the ESL Community Cups, SK was pretty much always the dominant factor. There was no one who could even come close. And now Faculty is here. They
did drop the fast forward once in one of the earlier tournaments.
Ah, true, yeah, true. But still, it's almost unthinkable.
It is indeed almost unthinkable. SK considered one of the top tier teams, and here we go. NFAC grabbing their second Dragon Knight, Zarmley, attempting to chase down Greedout here, but Greedout able to escape, and just there's so much disengage from this comp of NFAC, and because of that, we can see their patience and their good teamwork has paid off, and because of that, they are now finally ahead in kills and 2 levels ahead in XP, ahead of SK.
And now Brightwing teleporting into the top lane. The Symbiote will probably make its way over there as well. Now they actually have to be very careful that they don't get caught out by Zarmony and BKB, but still, they put down some damage onto the fort. Fort down to half hit points. And the Dragon Knights going to get themselves another fort and a tower. And might just continue onto the gate for the inner tower?
I think he'll poke it. I think he'll fire breathe it, but I don't think he'll do too much. He's going to try and do some damage for the entire rest of SK. Going on to Greedout here. Greedout gets healed and shielded by Alpha, but it's not enough. And now they're going to try and catch out Zon, but Zon is backing it up. Zarmony doing the damage. Abathur joins the Dragon Knight to try and keep him alive. There's the stun.
But he's going to explode, so he's going to be knocking everybody back.
Yep, and Zon now going to run away. Zarmony though going in, slowing him down. Brawl getting it, gets the stun. There's the Precision Strike. But here comes Zypho as well. Here comes Hollow, and this is what we were talking about. Suddenly, what looked like a really tough position for Zon has turned around into 2 kills for NFAC.
Yeah, and this is the most important part. If you kill a Brightwing, you know within 20 seconds he's going to be back in the fight. If you kill a Falstad, the same applies, and that's the biggest thing that SK has to worry about every single time they get a kill. Zypho actually managed to gork Zarmony here. You are not prepared as Zarmony jumps in, but he immediately gets wiped, so no chance for him to actually do anything there. But to get back to my point, against a global composition, you know the moment they die, you have 20 seconds to do something. If you don't, they're going to be back in the fight and you have to fall back. It's really hard to fight against something like this.
It's an incredible, and once again, a huge just pick win. Oh, not so much a pick win because they are just showing huge amounts of skills, but it's a huge use of the draft phase in their advantage for NFAC here. They're just making the most of what they have in incredible ways with just really nice comps that synergize so well together. And it's just really nice to see. And while we're waiting for the teams to dance around a bit, I'm just going to have a quick talk about the talents. Once again, we're seeing Illidan go for the Metamorphosis. In that fight, he did try to use Metamorphosis, and the entire team of NFAC dodged out of the Metamorphosis. For those who don't know, Illidan gains an extra 100 health per person that is hit when he spawns with Metamorphosis. So people have a bit of time to get out of there, and because of that, he had a bit less health. On the Kerrigan, who we don't see too often, she has the ability to spawn 2 Zerglings, giving her a bit of extra scouting, and she's gone very high damage with Envenom and Overdrive, whereas, which we've also seen on Nova, Envenom and Overdrive, as opposed to the Gathering Power. The triple Envenom out of SK is nice, but it's not working here.
Free him and destroy your enemy.
Yeah, it's definitely not what SK really wants right now. Link's actually getting jumped upon, is going to go down immediately. The Precision Strike not doing all that much. Beautiful shotgun all there by Holo. Holo slowly but surely getting whittled down. He falls, but Noah Fuel is right in the center of everything. They managed to take down the Kerrigan, although, is this the turnaround? Or is that enough?
That's enough. They're not going to be able to get Noah Field
It's
because
close.
he is able to escape. But that's SK's first one fight. Very, very nice here. And Zarmany instantly decides to walk into tower and fort range and take a bit of damage, but he's going to be able to get this tower for it.
He will take the tower, but look at the top lane there for SK. All these towers are going to fall. And with Brightwing
Nova,
heading
the
over to the
slowest
top
wave
shrine.
picker. Nova, the slowest wave picker, has been sent to try and clear top wave. And it's going to be BKB versus Noah Field and Zypho on the Abathur. Is it Zypho on the Abathur? It is in fact Zypho on the Abathur. And I don't think BKB is going to win this.
Well, BKB has to fall back.
And yep, he has to back out. And we're seeing Ufa going to come up and try and help him. He's been knocked off his horse by the arrows here. He will heal up BKB and they will likely go back in for round 2. But still, someone has to head to that mid lane. Zarmany, once again, walks over a couple Abathur mines, taking a bit of damage, has to pop his first aid. And Noahfield has finally been driven out of that bot lane. But in the meantime, Abathur has deep tunneled to the bot lane and took that shrine, preventing Zarmany from taking the Dragon Knight.
Nice move here by N-Faculty. And you have to give it to N-Faculty here by making use of everything their heroes have. And, well, double bribe is very, very powerful. Actually, are they going to bribe this? Yes, they are.
They will. Well, they'll bribe one. You didn't have 2 bribe stacks because they haven't really been killing minions, unfortunately. It's the issue with bribe. Late game, you're not killing as many minions, unfortunately.
So eventually it will run out as a somewhat wasted talent. But, however, is it really wasted if it only works?
Kills 1 merc every few minutes.
Oh, Zon. Yeah, Zon is dead.
Getting aged upon. You can't teleport to him if he's dead. Brightwing does blink heal in, but Noahfield is able to blink heal out onto Hollow, but now gets engaged upon Zarmany. Did ult, but he's not able to chase them. The fort is too much, but now the rest of his team is here. They are going to go in. Arthur's, in fact, ults. They're going in very hard onto Hollow. Hollow gets burst down. The Envenom's able to pick him off, and this is the late game strength of the comp with so many Envenoms and so much burst damage. They're showing what this team's good for. In the meantime, though, Abathur is in the bot lane, gaining XP and pushing hard.
Yeah, they have to retreat, they have to go back. Illidan should be able to Hearthstone.
Him. Do it. See what happens. I really want to see if it will one-shot him. Oh, Brightwing's there. Brightwing teleports down there for reasons. I'm not sure why. But Zypho is going to back out.
Here.
But Brightwing's now in a really tough position. She could be caught out quite easily here.
Yeah, but all Brightwing wanted to do was probably get a heal off onto those minions before moving into the middle lane. And they have to get there.
Interrupt Noahfield here. There's the polymorph. BKB can do nothing about that. Here's greed out and here's roll. 2 versus 2. This is able to do it. And Zarmany and
yeah, this is going to be the first Dragon Knight for SK. Very well done by SK. They managed to get that one onto roll. But yeah, their bottom keep is very close to being destroyed, so they have to be a little bit careful here. Don getting into position, Roll putting down quite a bit of damage onto the wall, gets stuck in the wall.
Yeah, but it's not going to make too much of a difference. Raul going to take down the first wave of defenses, but now he's going to have a bit of trouble on this line too. Everyone is here, and I'd like to point out the build of Zon here. We're seeing a lot of fishing. Oh, nice gorge there. But we're seeing a lot of fishing hooks here from Zon, and what we're about to see here is what he's been building. The slam build, which allows him to stun his enemies, as we will see if he didn't just die. But he is able to stun his enemies a bit more instead of going for the longer hooks. And on this map, which is quite small, isn't a huge of a deal. In the meantime, SK Linked was probably going to go down due to this team fight, but SK still win the team fight and take the fort 3 for 1 in favor of SK. They're very, very nice.
Meantime, though, Symbiote in the bottom lane trying to stop Raul from destroying the fort. It's definitely not going to be enough, but at the very least, that's a little bit of damage control right there. Bottom lane, a little bit of a push going on with all these minions here, but they're not getting any backup because SK is completely blocking that out. And yeah, the downside of a global ult strategy composition is that you're probably a little bit weaker when it comes down to the actual team fights. And you can immediately see how SK, with the help of Arthas mostly, is continuously able to survive all the damage, the burst, and the beating that N-Faculty is dishing out to SK.
Yeah. SK dropping out a lot of tankiness here with the help of that Arthas. I wish that we could see an option of damage taken, like we can see in some other games. We can, however, look at the damage dealt, and we can see that it is Nova and Arthas who have dealt the most amount of damage on SK's squad, but leading the scale by far is Abathur with 46,800 hero damage.
That's quite a bit.
100,000 siege damage.
So another few things to keep in mind here is that Brightwing hasn't taken her second evolution just yet. Oh, here we go. It is Storm Shield.
Yep, he's taken Storm Shield, very good for the engage sustain, helping his team stay alive in the team fights with double resurgence on Stitches and Tyrell, which is going to help them if those two do get picked off, which is what they want.
Oh, there's a fight breaking out here, and in fact getting caught out. This is a very bad situation for Zon. Brightwing comes in, there's the precision strike, Zon is going to go down, Sypho is still there, Divine Storm is going to go out, that takes out Holo, and now it's game over for End Faculty. Sypho only has a little bit of his clone left. This is really bad.
His clone left. He will get picked off very, very quickly.
Although, Surgeons.
Oh! he got out of there as well. He had Judgment. Able to hit roll. Didn't really do anything, but it was very, very funny to watch. There's the hook. The Surgeons did bring Stitches back alive. This is not game over, but this is still going to be very hard for NFAC to bring it back. SK continuing to push into as much damage as possible with 4 sets of Siege Giants, but wow, NFAC clearing that super quick, and now they're driving SK back, and if Ral gets pulled in, he's dropped low, he gets healed, but he does get picked off by Zon there, and the double Tyraels doing a lot of damage here. And there goes Zarmony as well, he was out of position.
Yeah, and there's no resurgence on those guys, so if Brightwing actually has the ultimate available, has the Blink Heal, can actually teleport to the top lane if she wants to.
No, she can't. Blink Heal only allows you to teleport to allies.
Yeah, so you can teleport to these minions here, right?
No, because it's a short range teleport.
Ah!
You can only teleport to heroes with the Z, or you can teleport to nearby allies with the R. And we are going to see, though, doesn't matter so much because Abathur deep tunneled up there and took it.
Brightwing is evolving.
Brightwing, the fairy dragon, becomes the big, evil, scary dragon knight.
Looks like it's going to be nights out for SK Gaming here. And Faculty suddenly pulling it back. Oh, actually pulling BKB back.
It might not be nights out though. Who got gorged? It was BKB. Can BKB get out alive? There's a Divine Storm slowing them down. BKB is still continuing to engage on there, but BZ gets engaged. But BZ is saved by the Dragon Knight, punted back into the Hall of the Storms. We're seeing SK fighting for their lives here. Link's alive. Everyone on both teams is alive. There's the Shockador. Shockador interrupted by BKB, killing off the Faustad here. Now going on to Zon. Zon is being forced to back up. Noah Field is about to be popped out of the Dragon Knight. There goes the Precision Strike, picking off the clone. BZ is kicked off as well, but the Dragon Knight is now dead too. Noah Field being engaged by Lynx and Ral being dropped so low. There's BKB, and Noah Field will go down. No, he won't. Oh, yes, he will. He teleported to the wrong place there. Now Zarmony will chase him down. And everyone once again went down. It's now Zon and Abathur who are alive, and SK defended that beautifully.
Yeah, you have to give it to them, and that was during the entire fight. We were also seeing that the top keep has gone down, so that's 2 keep down in favor of End Faculty. So SK is going
counter damage.
Yeah, SK needs to do something about this because this symbiote, these promotions are going to be huge.
Yeah, and the thing is they can't push up here because, as you pointed out, Abathur is ruining their top lane. They're having huge amounts of trouble dealing with this.
Just imagine what happens if now Zon is going to be picking up these camps here. And this bottom bottom keep is down to half hit points as well.
Yep, SK having serious trouble. They're winning a lot of these team fights now, but they just can't get the damage done afterwards. The bottom keep of NFAC still pretty much on full health. Has Abathur taken Mule again? If so, that's just rude. No, he hasn't taken it this time. But it's still been a problem for SK. They just can't push through. They're doing so much damage. They're winning a lot of these team fights. But End Faculty just outplaying them in the long game. They're killing off the buildings, they're playing it safe, they're taking the objectives and winning that way, and it's working. 53% core health to 100% at all 3 keeps alive. SK, their best chance here is to win a team fight and then push for the win.
Oh, here we go. Maximum fight onto the keep. It's the SK special!
Be SK! Be as quick as you can! It's going down, the shield has popped, but here is all of SK. Nova's the only one not here. There's the Shocker, or Zon is being picked off, but it's not enough! There's the Divine Hurricane, but the clone of Zypho is going to be enough, and Zon takes it down. And End Faculty win the ESL Community Cup number 7 in a spectacular set of games.
Yeah, that was an amazing game altogether. First, a global composition coming out of End Faculty, then SK almost getting back because of their late game strength, and then eventually it was and Faculty, with the power of their resurrections, that brought it back completely. So, and Faculty, congratulations! You did a fantastic job, but also SK Gaming did really good. Another thing I want to say,
Sorry, go on.
and Faculty won this in the draft phase. Definitely.
Yes. They won it in the draft phase, but not because they got some of the better heroes. They did get some spectacular heroes in the form of Stitches and Tyrael, but we can count that the same as Ufa, Nova, Alphas, and Illidan all went over to SK, but they won it by playing the draft phase well. They didn't focus just the exciting picks. And although SK have pulled out some spectacular team comps in these games, and this team comp also very spectacular, incredible in team fights, I really, really like it. But it was just outdone by the fact that NFAC have been thinking about their picks, which might be why they're taking so long, and building a team together, building something that can just keep going. They had their... Earlier in the series, we saw them pick Tyrael and Nova, get that engaged there and pick people off like that. Didn't really work so well, but it was enough to make SK take Nova off them. We've seen Stitches and Zeratul. Zeratul was banned out when they still got Stitches, so they still had Falstad and Brightwing, and they went for Abathur, which they went so well last game, and they built a global support composition which worked so well.
Yeah, and I have to say it was an again, I want to stress it, it was an amazing match. It was pretty much the highest level match that we've seen today. Maybe the team with Madcorps was also really close, and playing with Pain was close. Actually, we had so many close matches today.
Really good games today.
I love it. I love how the hero scene is developing, and I love how teams are getting better with the minutes and building a different meta.
So I think we all know what we want to see now.
We want to hear music. We want to see Tekno Kiss.
As in the near future.
In the near future, we want to see IEM Heroes of the Storm.
NFAC versus MYI.
NFAC for Battle of the Heroes.
The reigning champions, MYI, yet to lose in an ESL tournament. NFAC have stepped it up. They're in the fine. They've got they've taken 2.
That explains why they weren't there. That explains why Insanity wasn't there. They were afraid of NFAC.
Yeah, Fnatic are practicing for BlizzCon.
Yeah, my Insanity and yeah, exactly. Ace of Spades isn't there.
Yes.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put up some music. Afterwards, stream will be over, so I will keep it up for about 15-20 minutes, unless Thatcher, you want to play a game of Heroes with me.
No, I think I'm tired. It's pretty much midnight here.
Same here. It's way past midnight for me. Yeah, I have to work in the morning, so I'm going to leave it at that. Right, ladies and gentlemen, if you like the casting, make sure to follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/techno_link and twitter.com/Thatcher. And if you liked the channel and etc. and you want to support the channel, make sure to hit the follow button below so you are always aware when I go live with something special. It's always going to be special when I'm involved. That's for certain, right, Thatcher?
It is indeed. And I would like to just remind everyone of one thing. Just because we are finished doesn't mean you have to stop watching Heroes of the Storm for a bit, because you can now head over to Forecourt Jester stream very, very soon, which will be starting in, I think, like an hour, half an hour now, with the Heroes Premier League over on HPL. So you can head over and go watch that to get some more Heroes of the Storm action and see some of the NA scene, which appears to have inspired a lot of the meta we have seen today.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the music, and hopefully till next time.